to show you how to join two separate ranges with the union function and send them on an email. So here I have my two different ranges. This goes down until line 6, and then my new range starts at line 8 and it goes down to line 16. And so on this is on sheet 2, and on sheet 1 I have my list of emails and my subjects, so you could have this list as long as it could be. Please note that these ranges are not contiguous, that they have a line between them, so you could basically select two ranges from anywhere in your data and send them on one email. So that I have space between my tables, what I have done is I have increased the height of row 8, and then I've taken off the borders on the cell. What we're going to do then is, why don't we run our code. So what I've named my macro is both. I will of course include the code in my description of the video. And so let's run this. We'll bring the email over here, and here you can see that we have the two separate tables on here. We have the first table is just black and white, and the second one I have color in there. So we can see that we have two separate ranges that are copied onto this sheet. So now I'll show you the code. And so go to the top here. So I've declared X as an integer, edress and subject line, Outlook as object, new email as object, xInspect as object, pageEditor as object, and row as long, datasheet, reportsheet as worksheets, range 1 as a range, range 2 as a range, and multiple ranges as a range. It's very important that you declare these separately, or it will get confused with them. So now what I'm doing is I'm setting datasheet to sheet 1, that's the sheet with my email addresses on it, and reportsheet to sheet 2. So I'm datasheet.Activate, Lastrow, declaring where the last row is, and then I'm saying with datasheet, until you have no email addresses in the email address row, then you set Outlook and create Outlook.Application, set new email as Outlook, create edress as a datasheet cell 1, and subject would be in B. So set range equals report range being my second sheet, so A1 to F6, and then I'm setting set the range, report range A8 to F16. And then what I'm doing is I'm setting multiple range equals a union of range 1 and range 2. And then the rest is basically, and then I say multiple range copy. And then we go to the same thing as you go to E address, subject is your subject line. And there's my little piece of the body. And then I set xInspect to new mail, get an inspector, set pageEditor to pageEditor worksheet. pageEditor application select start length body, pageEditor selection end, pageEditor application selection start, pageEditor application selection paste format, word format plain text, and then I've got display. I've got commented out the send because I didn't want to send these, and then I say set pageEditor equals nothing, set inspector equals nothing, eAddress equals nothing, and then end width. And I add another 1 to my X, and then I loop through. And then when I'm done all the loops, I set email to nothing and Outlook to nothing. So that's how you copy two separate ranges onto an email using the union function in VBA in Excel. Please subscribe.